Thumbs up.
Yep.
Let's start our podcast in 3, 2, 1. Hit it.
Welcome to the Wild Canyons podcast. To my right, we have Jeff. Jeff, how you doing?
I'm doing really good.
Really good. Yeah. Good to hear. Good to hear. Across from me, we have Ryan. Ryan, how you doing?
Doing fantastic.
Saw you had the old truck out.
Got the old truck, man. Running good. Old Red. She's running strong. And
Red Rocket.
The Red Rocket. Had to show it off. Drive to Spokane. Show off to the boys.
Nice. Good to hear. Good to hear. In the booth today, in the studio live, this has been our number one requested guest. We have Phill, the Bear Schulz. Phill, how you doing?
Good. Yeah, good. Excited to be here.
Well, we're happy to have you. As always, we like to do a little introduction. To start off, you're loved by all. You're best known as the terrain park manager, who has cultivated the Mount Spokane Terrain Park to what we know it today. You created a team culture where your crew respected and loved you. This has been exemplified with a solid crew of diggers for years who keep coming back season after season. You also help make the park inclusive to all riders, for the rail jocks and jumpers, to beginners, and old heads like Jeff and I who want to hit a little steel and catch a little air. And we're pivotal to getting the rope tow in place. You also built room for others to feel welcome outside of the park with other organizations that you spearheaded. We have the SFC Spokane, and then helping with City Rad. So welcome to the Wild Canyons podcast.
Yes. Yeah, thank you.
Cool. Before we get into this, I would like to give a shout out to my mom, Cindy Getzy. As she is the first person to sponsor one of our podcasts.
What? Dude, sick.
So just kind of giving a shout out to her because she did support me through my snowboarding, and I guess still supports me with all the crazy stuff that I want to do. But she also wanted to support the community. So big shout out to moms, and also kind of opening up the door for others if they would like to sponsor an episode or multiple episodes. Hit us up. So Phill, where did you grow up?
Yeah, I grew up in a little town called Colville, Washington. It's like an hour and a half north of Spokane. Yeah, my parents moved there when I was like 2.5. So grew up there. Yeah.
So you grew up there. Did you do like high school there? Was it like all through high school?
Yeah, through high school, and then went to Eastern Washington University right after that.
Ooh, yeah, Eags.
Yeah,
there we go.
Eags.
There we go. So growing up there, you know, there's not a lot of pavement, but did you kind of do that same origin story or process of skateboarding leading you to snowboarding, or take us back in time of what little Phill up north by the Canadian border, what you're up to?
Yeah, not at all. So no one in my family skis, snowboards, anything like that. Had no background in that at all. I grew up playing soccer.
Ooh, yes. Ooh, yeah, I played Eastern and soccer. We're just loving this.
Yeah, I played soccer through high school and kind of did more of the sports thing. Never had a ton of interest in snowboarding because I had no sort of like aspect of it. Like, no. I had one time, I think I was in 7th grade. I did want to try snowboarding, and my parents got me like a Christmas present package at 49, and they got me, rental stuff and clicker bindings and boots and all that.
Yeah.
I had a buddy take me up, and I just had the worst experience ever. It was one of those deals where you go up with your friend and, 2 runs on the bunny hill, and it's like go up to the top and struggle my way down, and it was tough.
Yeah.
So that was my first experience with that, and it kind of went by the wayside, and not until college, going to Eastern, I had a bunch of friends, snowboarders, ski, and it was like, oh, well, if I'm going to hang out with my buddies, then I'm going to need to pick up snowboarding. And so that's kind of where it started. Used some just borrowed gear, and then, kind of fell in love with it.
Sweet.
Started at an older age.
Yeah, 19.
Yeah, real old at 19.
Well, real old, yeah.
I mean, I wish I started when I was younger for sure.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the barrier to entry, and then just getting to the mountain there. So no skiing experience. You just went straight to snowboarding.
Yeah.
So no skateboarding, no skiing.
Yeah, straight to
few
snowboarding.
days on the mountain. Did you do anything with like epic adventures at all when you were at EW or see any of that going on?
No, we were aware of them. I did they put those rail jams on Eastern. I
Yep.
did those, but never did any trips with them.
Did you ever see Zach Lingo and I are there hitting those?
I mean, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so crazy to see or hear like maybe how many people were there
Yeah.
that have come across and they're like, oh, I was there too.
Yeah, those were sick. I mean, I feel like the whole Spokane community was there.
Yeah. Yeah. Super fun event. So Eastern's kind of that place where you started, getting your feet into the board. But who were those people that started influencing you at that time? Were these people that were just the Eastern guys, or was it just how did that build into like maybe a crew or people who was that influential person?
Yeah. So a lot of my buddies from high school also went to Eastern, and they also skied or snowboarded. But it wasn't, I don't know, I just never really got into it. And then, once we were kind of on our own, living on our own, I really wanted to join in on that. So, I mean, some buddies, names might not sound familiar, but like Nick Sackman, Trevor Spencer, Travis Crease, just a bunch of high school buddies. And we would all get Schweitzer passes and go up there. I had a buddy who had a condo up there, and we'd spend every weekend at Schweitzer.
So Schweitzer became like the home mountain for you.
Yeah.
Right. So you had 49 in your backyard almost. And then
Yeah, it's funny. I never went there.
Yeah,
I've never had a pass to 49. Not one time.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah. The Schweitzer becomes that home. You have a crew of guys or more friends from high school. Was there any? Did you have like a crew name? Did you guys call each other anything?
Yeah, we did. We were Team Thunderbear.
Thunderbear. So does that have anything to do with Phill the Bear?
No, that was actually a nickname given to me a lot later. I used to work at a church and did like this high school ministry and had this group of guys that I had like a life group with, and they like Build a Bear. They gave me that nickname, Phill the Bear.
Love it.
We actually got that name. I don't know if you remember. I think it was the L1. They had a team. It was called like Team Thunder.
Okay.
And I think they made some videos called Team Thunder, and I think we took inspiration from that.
Dude, I think it's a killer name. I'm down with it.
We were ridiculous in college.
Did you have any like logos or anything?
Yeah,
Doug?
we had logos, stickers. We made hoodies, like all sorts of stuff.
Bring it back.
Were you guys just like riding mostly park or?
Yeah, we were big into park.
What was the park at Schweitzer like back then?
It was definitely the best park back then for sure. I mean, they've done the jump thing forever. They've had the good jumps, and
They had the half pipe back then.
so my very first year snowboarding, they had the half pipe, and my second year, I'm pretty sure it went away.
Yeah, we're not producing very many pipe riders out here. I think all of the 49 used to have one. They're like natural. I don't know, not natural, but like kind of pre-dug. Actually, was a fun one to roll out of at the bottom and not use it like a half pipe, but as an air. Silver had one briefly that they tried to do, and that one was, we'll just leave it at that. Mount Spokane never did. Schweitzer. No.
Well, we tried doing 2 half pipes.
You did?
The hand dug ones, yeah.
Oh, man. Crazy. I can't even fathom trying to hand dig that. Look out, obviously.
Yeah,
I like when you guys did the mini pipes.
Yeah.
In the train park
Mm-hmm.
that year.
Yeah.
That was a classic. Like,
Yeah.
you could session them.
Yeah, super fun little
You
stuff.
could like pump through it.
Mm-hmm.
So you're riding
Anyway,
you're riding park up there. Is there like this aha moment when you see somebody do something that you're like, snowboarding is it? Like, I really want to keep doing this.
Yeah,
or did you have that maybe?
Yeah. So my first year, which would have been my freshman year in college, all borrowed gear, kind of struggled through the season, only went a few times. Snowboard was way too small for me. Boots were terrible and fit terribly. But there was enough there that the following season I was like, I'm going to buy my own board, bought a Sim snowboard, got my own boots, some Forum boots, And the first day up was my first day of like legitimately like linking turns or carving, and that feeling was like it.
Right.
That's where it hooked me.
That's awesome. So just that feeling of maybe just like flow, just a little bit of flow.
Yeah, for
having
sure.
that. And then I think Schweitzer's Bunny Hill, I don't know where you are on the mountain, but their Bunny Hill is like the best Bunny Hill around. It's long. It's a great pitch for beginners, especially at the kind of top half there before they were doing like the magic carpet sort of stuff. And just fun overall. So that's how you got your start. We always like to start with that kind of foundation of it, and can't wait to get into more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have a lot of questions about the Mount Spokane Terrain Park, but maybe let's go forward or kind of the present, and then we'll go back. So, kind of want to talk some surfing with you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm kind of in my surfing phase right now, I'd say.
Yeah.
My surfing era. So when did you get into surfing?
Yeah, surfing. So I've always wanted to surf. My parents actually lived on Hawaii when they were younger for about 8 years. And so growing up, I just, was always hearing stories of, waves, Hawaii, all this stuff. I kind of had always this desire to get into surfing. And I spent 2 summers working down at Mount Hood at Timberline. And that's when I was like, that's my opportunity. And so on my weekends off, I would start driving out there and would rent gear for a while, and then eventually bought my own stuff. And kind of like the same thing of like that feeling of linking those first turns, like my first real wave that I caught, which was with Shane and Chad Thompson at Seaside.
Very cool.
Was just also like that click moment of like, this is, something that I really want to pursue.
Super rad. So
I'm like, that's awesome.
yeah. So just pretty much started in the Northwest. Have you surfed anywhere else besides the Northwest?
Yeah, primarily the Northwest. I've done some trips to Hawaii. I've done some trips to California. But mostly, the Northwest, which have you gone to surf outside of the Northwest?
Just Hawaii.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, surfing with no wetsuit is amazing.
It's a game changer.
Yeah.
Just crystal clear water. It's pretty sweet. Do you want to get into plans for this winter? Do you got any?
Yeah, for sure.
Anything set up yet, or?
Yeah, so officially, this is my first winter in 10 years that I won't be going back to Mount Spokane. I'll probably be around a little bit. I'm going to try and shoot some stuff, maybe for the park here or there. But yeah, kind of after 10 seasons, was feeling pretty burnt out on working at a ski resort and snowboarding a little bit too, to be honest. So that's what I do. I want to pursue some surfing this winter. So yeah, I'm going to be in Hawaii for about 6 weeks. I'm going to Mexico. So I'm trying to do that.
Dude, 6. Some warm water spots.
Yeah, for sure.
We were talking about like Owen Klein had a pretty good program. I was like talking about the O-Dog program. Now I think we need to be on the Phill Bear program.
Yeah.
Phill the Bear program.
No, but that's smart. I mean, you worked in the industry, on the mountain for 10 years straight. So it's hard not to get a little burnout. So
yeah, for sure.
It's cool that, you're doing that to keep it fresh. And
When after this, do you think you'll come back, or do you think you'll just keep surfing?
I'm not sure. I think I could see myself trying to do a little bit of both. Maybe just chasing POW and
Great idea.
getting back into split boarding more. And then, trying to find a balance between the two, really.
Nice.
What's your favorite style of surfing? I'm curious. Longboard?
So,
or
I
shortboard?
longboard. Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, I would, I had dreams of getting into shortboarding. Just hasn't really happened. It's so hard.
Yeah.
And especially, as continually getting older, it's like every summer getting back into surfing gets a little bit harder each time. So longboarding's fun.
For sure. Yeah, that's all I've done so far is longboarding.
Yeah.
It's just you can catch more waves.
Yep.
And it's a little bit easier.
Yeah. And the style's sick, honestly. Like, I love watching people longboard.
Yeah. Hanging 10 and so. It's a dream of mine one day.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Shout out Blake. He's freaking.
Yeah, he rips.
Yeah, he told me actually you guys went surfing together.
Yeah, yep. Otter Rock in Oregon, yeah.
Oh, that's sick. Did you guys go together or just happen to
It was kind of like I knew that they were there, and I randomly got some time off from work, and so I ran down and met up with him and Cam and my buddy Devin, and yeah, spent a weekend camping and surfing down there.
Nice.
Sweet.
So rad.
Yeah, that's a good program. We need to shift our gears into this program.
Yeah.
And surfing feels so much better on your body.
True.
As long as a shark doesn't bite you.
Yeah,
Right?
true.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I was in Hawaii. So it was like from 10, 15 feet away from a shark.
Oh, wow.
In shallow water. I was walking on water, getting out.
Dang.
Sketchy. That's my biggest fear. But obviously the odds are so small
Right.
of a shark attack. So it's ridiculous to worry about. But you still do, right?
Yes, yeah. You're like, it's just a dolphin. Just chill
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
All right, so let's backtrack. We can still get into some more surfing if it comes up here and there. But when did you start at Mount Spokane? You said 10 years ago, but
Yeah, so that would have been, I think, 14-15 winter. It was the winter that was really bad, where Mount Spokane was only open for maybe like 2 months.
Oh,
It
yeah.
closed in February.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my first year.
and we just I'm assuming you started just digging from the
Yeah.
just a park crew, park rat.
Who
Yeah.
hired you?
Lingo. Yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out Lingo, absolutely.
Oh, that guy.
So when did you take over management?
I think 2020 was my first year managing.
So what? That's 6 years?
1920.
5, yeah.
Yeah.
5 years?
Yep.
I can't math, apparently.
Any do you have any standout like a standout season?
Yeah. So the next year, after I think that was 21-22, I think was probably like our best park year. The year that we had those like 2 jumps going down the top of La Manga. Yeah, that was a really sick year.
And you guys ended up doing a pretty fun park at the bottom too.
Yeah, we had the Bunny Hill
just kept
Park
going.
going. We had
Yeah.
La Manga fully going. We had Half H going. Yeah,
That's a lot of work.
it was. Yeah, it was kind of funny. So that year, that was like a transition year for our management, like mountain management. So I think, with it being sort of post-COVID, but still dealing with everything, like people were supposed to be wearing masks and social distance and all that. They were coming in brand new, and we're just kind of figuring out how to run a ski resort. And the terrain park kind of like fell off to the side, as in like I didn't have anyone telling me no. And so Alec Ferraro was pushing Cat that year, and we just kind of went crazy, and no one was questioning us or, reining us in, and we kind of just did whatever we wanted.
Dude, that's so
No,
awesome.
my favorite part Spokane's always had an amazing park, but you're always switching it up.
Yeah.
Every 2 weeks is something else.
Yeah.
Features changed.
What's
Jump like everything's changing, and that's amazing that you were able to do that.
Yeah.
and what does that kind of go through? Because I know, like, Zach kind of laid down some sort of foundation, but then you just elevated it. What is the process when you go to do a whole park rebuild?
Yeah. So generally we try and get all the guys' input in it. And sometimes that's just like a session of people sitting down and talking, or like, we generally will have like a binder in the bus, but just blank paper and just draw features, when you have an idea, and then we'll look through them and pick it, or, depending on, Mount Spokane's, it's really difficult to build a park on Mount Spokane. Our fall line for the park is like terrible. Everywhere is sideways. So a lot of times it's like, where can we fit this feature? Like, where does it make sense with the snow and how we're going to push it? Like, is it better in La Manga? Is it better in Half Hitch? It's generally a group consensus, or there's times where I would just go up there in the morning. Specifically with that year with Alec, and we would just sit in the Cat and look at a patch of snow and be like, what can we do here? And then just try it out, make it happen.
Shape it and make it work.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Super cool. And like I feel like you're able to be creative and
Yeah, definitely a creative outlet for sure.
yeah, because you guys are literally like kind of just painting the mountain with different
Yeah.
features and always changing it up too to make it fresh. And
Yeah.
just something I want to note, just from like all the parks that I've been to around the country. You guys have T's been to parks around the world, but something about Mount Spokane Park, like the community of guys and girls that you had there working, it just seemed like a really inclusive place. And there's like nobody left out. I've just been to a lot of parks. You know, it's just like
Absolutely.
a really cliquey environment.
sure.
It's like, oh, dude, you shouldn't be jumping there. You know, it's just I'm just got to give you props for that environment you created
Yeah.
there, man. It's super positive.
Well, I'll say thank you, but also, I mean, that starts with lingo for sure. And that was, you know, I came into a park crew where I feel like lingo had really started that. And I took a lot of that from him, that community building aspect and being really welcoming, you know, to anyone who comes into the park. And he would do such a good job of that, of, you know, someone that you might not recognize comes into the park and going up and just saying, hey, welcome, like, no rope tow, we're hiking this tube, come hike with us, like that kind of stuff. And yeah, just trying to make a really inclusive community. And yeah, shout out to Lingo because he started that for sure.
I think that's awesome to hear, because like when we grew up with a small park when we used to be on the Bunny Hill, and like literally we would get in fist fights with, because it was a snowboard park, like literally there was no other term, because skiers couldn't go in it, like fist fights like would happen.
Yeah, that's how I remember parks when I grew up.
And then when it moved, it was more this like really siloed, quiet. Like when we would start riding up there wasn't a lot of action in there. There were some good features, but it wasn't like a place to be.
Yeah.
And then I know when Zach took it over, then I started riding more because he was involved with it.
Yeah.
But there was a community shift. And you look at it now, I'm like, dude, like it's like fire. It's firing more than any other park in there. I mean, except for maybe Mission Ridges.
For sure, and just like just the riders and skiers that are coming up, and I feel like there's kind of like a delay. You know, you had your 10 years there, and then you know there's snowboards like Viz coming out of there, and there's some little ripper skiers. I can't think of their names, but there's some ridiculous skiers just chucking in the park there. So like you guys are breeding some really good talent.
Spot on.
And it starts with you know the terrain park manager, in my opinion.
I'd agree.
So super impressive, man. But yeah, I know it's a team effort. So
Yeah, absolutely team effort.
There's a crew up there. So
Yeah.
hopefully they keep it going in your absence.
Yeah.
But
I think they will.
And those guys were definitely like people that would run through a wall for you. I think the same thing with Zach. So you have to be doing something right. And both of you, I think, are more on the maybe introverted, quieter side of things.
Yeah, 100%.
And you have to be able to, whatever conversations you're having or your actions are speaking louder than your words. So we see it from the outside.
So then on top of that, like the Mount Spokane Park Instagram was just lit. Still is. And so let's get into that, because I know a lot of that was you, and you got into photography.
Yeah.
So did that kind of just get your photography, you know, going? Is that what got it going?
So yes, well, I'd say it's what got me back into photography. I through high school and college, I shot a lot. I took a bunch of photography classes and shot a lot of film and did all that. Kind of went by the wayside for a long time. And then, yeah, in the park, you know, talking with Zach and management at that time, it was like, you know, we don't really have any way of marketing the parks at the time. You know, the mountain was doing really nothing of marketing for the park. Nothing on social media, nothing on the website. And so I don't know, I just saw an opportunity and kind of presented a thing to the mountain of, you know, starting Instagram, Facebook, starting our own sort of marketing thing, searching out sponsors, and they kind of just said, go for it. And so that kind of, you know, at the time I was just using whatever camera the mountain had, and then got my own gear and kept going with it.
Dude, sick. Definitely some memorable shots there.
Yeah, thank you.
I can think of like that. I think you guys did a sunrise shot. Shoot.
That was
How many times have you done that? I feel like it's not
Two.
that many.
Two? Yeah.
Every time the photos have just been insane.
Yeah. Like every single photo just should be in a magazine.
Yep, agreed.
Whoever's listening, go follow the Mount Spokane Terrain Park
Good shout out.
Insta, and you'll see all the photos.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a favorite photo that you've captured through your...
Yeah, I have a few that I've shot of Austin Kautzman that I really, really like. Kautzman worked on park crew for a long time. Really, really good style. Really, really good jump style.
Dude knows how to tweak out.
Yeah.
Couch potato?
Couch potato, yeah.
Follow him on Instagram as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, one of the benefits of working up there and being up there in the mornings is you just get great light. and on that ridge line with like Spirit Lake in the background and all that. So I've had a few jump photos that I've really liked.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I just love and then maybe we go back and forth, but I love, especially when the springtime comes and you start having that sunrise. Like Michael would be one that would share those, and checking those out like in the morning when we're riding up the gondola at Silver. Like, damn, that view is incredible.
Yeah.
To kind of hijack for a little bit, and we'll kind of get back into what Ryan was asking about. We do have some guest questions coming through here. And the first one's from Michael Anwar.
Oh, nice.
And he was asking if you could share a little more about the SFC of Spokane, City Ride. And he was basically kind of asking and then also wanting for a little more elaboration of that you're the one who kind of helped facilitate this and make it happen. So can you share a little more on that?
Yeah. So SFC, Snowboarders and Skiers for Christ, it's an organization that I got involved with, and we partnered a lot with like Shane with Youth for Christ. And that was City Ride was kind of a collaboration of a few buddies about getting kids up on the mountain, teach them how to ski and snowboard. Kids who don't really have that type of opportunity. And the same thing with SFC. It's like the mission statement is being a light on the hill. It's really, ties into that aspect of, building community and just like loving people on the mountain. City Ride is really sick. We did that for like 4 or 5 years. Really rad program. I think our last year that we did it, I think we had like 80 people involved with it. Unfortunately, once COVID happened and kind of had some switch up in management, it kind of fell by the wayside a little bit. But yeah.
Oh, that's super rad. And yeah, we had Shane talk about that as well when he was on. But nice to hear your side of that as well. And again, we're getting people to the mountain and at least using like the winter resources we have to get through winter, because there's a lot of depression that comes with the gray skies that we have. So if we can expose that to everyone is awesome. So that's your first question. Second one, we're looking at a question from Nick Sackman.
Okay.
This one's maybe a little more heavy. Did you set out to make an impact and shift the culture in the park at Mount Spokane, or did that organically happen?
Oh, geez.
Heavy question.
You know what? Honestly, I think so. I started working in Mount Spokane when I was 28 years old, so a little older than most people who join park crew to become a digger. And honestly, depending on how much into the weeds you want to get.
Let's get in the weeds. Let's get in the weeds.
I definitely felt a calling to go work at Mount Spokane. And
how many years have you been snowboarding?
Well,
I started when I was 19.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come on, math that up.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's all right. I messed up earlier because I threw my pen on the floor.
But yeah, I was working at a church and told them I was going to quit my job before I'd got hired. And I called up Lingo and I said, hey, I want to apply for park crew. And so I quit my job and went up to the job fair and got hired. And I mean, not that, I was, like I said, I was joining what Lingo had already started. But that was definitely a calling that I felt was to help create a community there. Yeah.
You saw what he was building. You want to be a part of it.
Absolutely.
I love it because I feel like...
And then you made it even better.
Yep.
So...
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. Everyone, yeah.
So I guess, so you went in and you kind of wanted to have a little impact.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah.
Great answer.
Yeah. I think snowboarding, snowboarding intrinsically is kind of like a selfish thing. That's not a bad thing. Whether it's snowboarding, surfing, it's like you're trying, it's an escape from something. It's a weekend away with the boys, that kind of a thing. But just to make those things sometimes bigger than that and to make it about other people than yourself, I think it's just, it can make it a powerful impact on people.
Dude, that was like one of the best answers we've ever had on there.
Yeah. Go ahead and clip that.
Yeah. Should we just end it right there? All right. Thanks for listening, guys.
That's so true, though.
It is. It's spot on. This one's pretty heavy as well.
Oh, great.
This
Getting
one
heavier.
This one is from Zach Lingo himself.
Okay.
How awesome was it not getting called Lingo or Grandpa after I left?
How awesome was it not getting called? Oh, that's right. Yeah, people would mix us up all the time, especially when I would have a beard.
Yeah.
Yeah, people would. Yeah, all the time. And like for probably 2 years after he left, people would see me from a
Still?
distance. And, say, "Grandpa."
So I love that because he follows up with, people would call me Phill all the time. And he goes, and is like, I can only picture his high pitched laugh saying this. He's distinctively better looking than I am. So I always took it as a compliment.
Yeah, people would think we're brothers. People would yell at me
Twins.
on the chairlift, "Grandpa." I'd say, "Sorry, I'm not Grandpa."
Yeah. So that's pretty awesome that you didn't get that nickname.
Yeah, I was Uncle for a little while, Uncle Phill, but
Oh, I was thinking that's like Bam Margera. Probably that same kind of era as well. Right, Uncle Phill?
Yeah.
All right, so those a few questions, and then Ryan kind of go back to some terrain park talk.
What do you think you're gonna miss the most? Not being the manager, not keep it heavy,
yeah. I mean, the things that I'm gonna miss the most are times with the crew. Definitely like a brotherhood for sure up there. Just so many good memories, just goofing off, like whether it was hard work or riding or whatever. And then also those mornings, man, getting up there early, sun rising, just absolutely beautiful experience that really no one else is seeing. First one up on the mountain, one of the last people off the mountain. Definitely, truly magical, for sure. Yeah.
I'm sure you get to sneak away every now and then and take a little powder lap.
Yeah,
in
for
the
sure.
morning.
Yeah.
Maybe a little early chair bump up. Maybe do it 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, there sometimes, and Michael Komarov was really good at this. We would be raking on some sort of pow day, and he would say, "Let's go get a lap and just come back."
Drop my rake.
Yeah.
That's awesome because it'd be funny because we'd be we would hit a few laps and then you guys would hit us up. Be like, is that really the powder at Silver right now? And be like,
Oh
yes,
yeah,
it
for
is.
sure. Yep. And you guys are the best at scoring pow.
We're old and we like to hunt for it, so it'll come with age. But I think I want to bring that to just a quick attention of that because I used to beg Zach to leave the park, and
Yeah.
he was so can't go past chair 3.
Yeah.
Like this is where I go, and then I'll be like, dude, just go, come to chair 2. Okay, well, I'll go to chair 2, but I gotta let people know. And he's on his radio, and I'm like, ditch the radio and hit one hot lap of pow, and then go back. Can't leave the boys. So you're good with ditching for just like one quick one?
Yeah, I did do a lot of where I would stay and I'd let the boys go rip
They
a
go
lap.
chair 4.
Yeah.
And,
Well, we would ride a lot of chair 4 because that's
Yeah.
technically kind of like in our zone.
Yeah.
So those trees back there, we'd ride a lot. But sometimes I would say, okay, go take a chair 1 lap and then come back.
That's where I was trying to get Zach to go. No, what? There's only one time. He only did it once.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, dude,
He's
from knowing
dedicated to the
from
book,
knowing him in high school to him being so dedicated to not leaving his park crew and his post. Calling you out, Zach. Kind of little respect lost in the powder game there. And to finish this little area, we have a couple of notes of gratitude. So the first one is, again, from your buddy Nick Sackman. Left us with some good stuff. It says, Phill and I have been snowboarding together for almost 20 years. Snowboarding for Phill has always been about having the most fun as possible, making it the most fun as possible, and the people around him, all while looking the best. From the bright color tall T days of Hike Fest 2008, skinny jean era with cigarettes in the parking lot, to the return of baggy pants. Phill has looked good through it all. We've had a phenomenal time snowboarding together and brought up a lot of fun people with us. Phill has always cared for everyone around him. You can see it in the terrain park culture he's created at Mount Spokane over the last several years. That is the most fun place on snow in the whole Northwest. I think Jeff or Ryan both said that. For everyone of every ability. So kind of what I was saying earlier as well. Thank you, Phill, from everyone and especially me. Love you, dude.
Jeez.
Thanks,
Nick.
so some heartfelt words
Yeah.
there. And then good old friend Shane Thompson, our buddy at Swell Coffee, says, I've always admired your humility through your leadership. You created a culture of inclusion. You helped foster an environment that made the average Joe want to ride park or slither through the bank slalom, all while simultaneously knowing how to engage the core culture and keep them progressing. I truly feel the culture at Mount Spokane's park is one of a kind. Thanks for letting me be creative and a part of your vision. I truly look up to you and value your friendship. So to
Yeah.
kind of put a cherry on top of what we've been kind of saying about you as a terrain park manager, but then the way your friends and peers speak of you. For those that don't know, now you know.
Now you know.
I know Jeff's going to get us into some questions, but I think we need to do a smelling salt.
And Phill has never done one of these.
No, I'm pretty scared, honestly.
We have Brennan, our producer, back here. I think he's going to partake with us. Yes, he's fired up. Ryan, you want to take us off? You know how to
Ryan,
do this?
you wanna-
No, what do you do?
You can use two fingers
Snap.
like that. You're just going to snap it or one finger, and then as soon as it turns red, it means go. Give her a sniff. It'll make that nice pop sound. Like,
Oh, it's time.
Oh. Wow.
ooh, Brandon's going.
First
to jump.
timer doesn't have to go very far.
This one tastes good.
Wait,
That was a good one.
I think I got a pretty small whiff. It makes my fingers burn.
You can't go. Yeah, I like how you're so slow.
I know. I had no idea what to expect. That wakes you up, for sure.
It does. It normally gets one nostril and one eye.
then Ryan usually does another one.
Yeah, we're gonna wait for a second.
Yeah,
I'm
can you have
feeling
me
good.
one more of those? And I'm down to hit one of those again.
Gonna put that over there.
Thank you.
All right, I have
sir.
some good questions about your setup.
Yeah.
You obviously evolved from Sims and Forum. But,
Yeah.
And then I guess first we'll talk about what's your setup right now.
Yeah. So current setup is for board that's all Mervin.
Yes.
Got a couple of GNU boards, and then Union bindings. I've been doing Union for a while.
Dude, you can ride with us, no problem.
You don't need to surf, just come ride.
Yeah. And then boots are an ever-going search for me. I cannot find boots that fit my feet, but currently Solomon's.
Huh.
Yeah. So I could try some of those Union boots. Maybe they'll be
Yeah,
the
the new ones?
Yeah, maybe they'll be the ones.
I will say Jack tried them on recently.
Yeah, what do you say?
He was like, I need to put a mortgage on the house, basically. To
For reals, yeah.
And that was about it. He said they actually were really comfortable.
Gotcha.
How much are they?
Like $700.
Holy shit.
Yeah, they're
I believe.
pricey. Something like that.
Yeah.
Don't quote me, but right around
Put
there.
a lot of tech in those.
Someone's got to have a discount code or something.
We might know a guy.
Yeah, maybe.
You're searching for boots. I guess standing up in the park all day and working in the park, like, what keeps your toes warm?
Great question.
Just moving.
No toe warmers, no.
No, I've
heated
never
socks
done
or
toe
any
warmers, never did
weird
heated
things.
socks.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, a lot of days of frozen feet for like events when you're just standing around.
Yeah, yeah.
Frozen
Oh, yeah.
feet for sure.
Yeah, when you're at the top of the pink slalom,
Yeah.
you're just like,
oh my gosh.
And
Yeah.
we just some wicked days up there.
Oh
for the
yes.
baseball.
We've had very few good weather days for Banks Hall.
correct.
But I mean, when you're working though, your feet are warm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about your outer gear? And you've had some maybe sponsors with Mount Spokane. What do you feel like your best, I don't know,
Yeah.
kit
So-
has ever been?
Yeah.
And what would you rather have?
The skinny jeans.
Girls jeans with the boot cut go over your boots. Yeah, we've got 686 jackets for the park. and I've been really stoked on those. I've been pretty stoked on everything 686 makes for the last few years. Yeah, I'd say that's probably who I'm the most hyped on right now. I'm not getting anything from them, but yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a great question because of all the different weather we have.
Yeah.
And you don't have multiple, like outerwear to choose from working in the terrain park.
Right.
So I think that's a great question of like, you're out there, how many days a year would you?
I've never kept track. I don't know.
200.
Yeah, however many days there are in the winter.
Yeah, because you're working like 6 days a week, right?
Yeah, five to six, and then occasionally on days off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's definitely over 100 days.
Yeah.
So I just think of that, like the boots that you're wearing are going to mean something in the clothes.
Yeah.
That,
Yeah,
that
boots very rarely last more than a season.
because all that walking.
Yep.
How about mittens or gloves or any?
Yeah. POW gloves have been hooking us up for a while for the park. I've always liked their stuff. Yeah.
And a glove over a mitten.
Mitten.
Jeff's on the mitten again.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's trending back towards gloves, which is kind of funny, but I love mittens.
Yeah. I like gloves.
You probably never went away from gloves.
Well, the big thing when I grew
No, I
up
don't
was
think you did.
was OR mittens.
Oh, the big ones.
And you would actually
Yeah.
pull them on the top, and I
Yeah.
was like, I have no business doing this, and I ripped them like real fast from grabbing. They ripped, but no, I'm a big fan of being able to show all your fingers.
Back to your setups. What has been your maybe favorite board that you ever ridden?
Yeah. Mine's pretty beat now, but the Canoe Hyper I've been really stoked on. Really fun paddleboard for Mount Spokane, which is like, low angle terrain. You need something that's floaty and it's going to turn through trees. I've really enjoyed that board for sure.
Killer answer.
Yes. What are the details? So you don't wear like a heated vest. Like
Jeff, do you have a heated vest?
no, I do
Never.
not.
Not yet.
No.
It's only a matter of
No.
time.
He does wear, and this is a pro tip. So I'm not, actually most of the time I kind of knock you on some stuff. But pro tip, you use what for your boots?
Oh, toe warmers.
He's a big toe warmer.
Like even if it's warm out, I don't care.
Okay, I don't know.
Really?
About that.
Does
Okay,
your
how
feet
is
get
that a-
sweaty?
How is that a pro tip? That's toe warmers have been around since like the 1700s.
I know, but I'm not gonna wear those things. I'm not gonna put my feet don't get cold though.
Yeah. Me neither.
I mean, my boots are great, but if my toes get cold, I'm done for the day.
Gotcha. Yeah. How's your circulation?
That's a good question.
I could hear through like the soundproof glass. I could hear Brennan laughing.
Let's get back to you.
Let's diagnose this.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
And then I guess into all the gear you have. You've been getting into you've been doing mountaineering.
Yeah, it's been a bit, but yeah, I used to.
What keeps you warm on those days?
Oh man. I mean, it's the same thing. Movement is what keeps you warm. Especially when you are mountaineering, splitboarding, climbing, or whatever. It's like you're not trying to carry a ton of stuff with you. So usually like base layer, down, fleece, shell.
Yeah.
And it's just moving is what keeps you warm.
So basically, he's saying you're not moving enough when you're snowboarding, Jeff.
Gotta do
No.
more ollies.
Dude,
No.
wheelie master though.
I'm not asking you what brand base layer or whatever, because
Yeah.
sometimes Costco is the best one that
Yeah,
keeps
for
someone
sure.
warm. But no, just asking for the listeners, T.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of merino wool. Merino wool, fleece, and then a puffy. If it's not snowing, I'll just wear a puffy as my outer layer.
Yeah, you've been on the puffy game for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, you've
Yeah,
you're
it's
usually
awesome.
just wearing your puffy on the park.
It's super warm and really lightweight.
How many mountains have you summited?
So just climbing plus splitboarding wise, I've been up Rainier a couple of times, Hood, St. Helens, a few in the Cascade Range, El Dorado. I have an attempt on Baker and Glacier Peak that we had to bail from. I think that's it.
And the highest is Rainier.
Yeah.
Do you have any more? You just mentioned any more peaks that you really want to do?
Man, that's kind of fallen by the wayside for me.
Yeah.
I'd have to get in so much better shape to do that. But yeah, I mean, I would love to get back up Adams and Hood. I'd love to get an attempt again at Baker and Glacier.
What got you into that?
Man, how long ago was this? 10? No, more than that.
Before
15.
you started working the park?
Yeah, 15 years ago, there was a group who did a climb on Mount Rainier. They're called Climbers with Christ. And there's this guy who does like free trips and stuff like that. And I was like, dang, that looks so sick. I want to do that. So I went on a trip with them, climbed Rainier. It's like the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. But definitely also just kind of like caught that bug of backcountry and hiking, mountaineering, all that stuff.
What made it so hard?
It's a slog. I mean, hiking specifically for Rainier, you start at Paradise. Well, depending on what route you go.
Mm-hmm.
Paradise parking lot, you're at 5,000 feet. You hike up to Camp Muir at 10,000 feet. And then you need to make your summit attempt at night, essentially. So you get up, you leave really early, hike up to Camp Muir, try and sleep during the day, start hiking at midnight, 1 a.m., trying to get to the summit by early morning. And then you're trying to get back down off the mountain before things like really warm up, was hazards start, rock fall, stuff like that. So you're basically hiking for 14 straight hours. And by the end of it, you're just zapped.
That's great. It's kind of crazy because you have all this like backcountry knowledge before you get into like snowboarding like as a career.
Yeah.
And then you're in the park.
Yeah, I know.
But you have a lot of that knowledge of like
Yeah.
watching the weather, the sun,
Yeah.
aspects when you're leaving, that stuff that we're thinking about when we're going to go out in the backcountry.
Yeah. Or you could be guiding us and teaching us about
Yeah,
avalanches.
because I've hiked in Paradise,
Well,
like
that's-
outside
okay,
there to
yeah.
snowboard. But just to catch that,
Yeah.
All
All that stuff was done in the spring, so it's like AVI hazards are low. But that was one of the cool things about. I spent 2 summers working at Hood, and then you just have close access to Mount Adams and Hood, and all that. So
What'd you do at Mount Hood?
we toured up and.
What'd you do for work there?
Oh, okay. So first summer there,
question.
I worked in the retail shop, and then second summer, so that would have been between my first and second year at Mount Spokane, and then between my second and third year, went down there, and I worked park crew that year.
Nice.
And that was definitely where I would say I learned a ton during that season. Yeah.
about just like the building aspect or like
Yeah.
riding? Do you think it like did your like riding just jump up as well because you're riding all year round?
I was actually injured. I sprained my AC joint right before I went down there and was kind of battling a shoulder injury the whole time I was there working park crew. So more from the aspect of just learning what it takes to build and maintain a professional terrain park, and then trying to take that back to Mount Spokane.
That's sick.
Nice. You're just standing on the rake. My shoulder hurts.
Dude, it was my shoulder killed me that whole summer.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd think it would be like a good physical therapy, but it was kind of rough.
I bet.
So, after being an amazing park manager, what else do you do for work?
Yeah, so the
Off
summers I've done a lot of different stuff, but the last few years I install AstroTurf fields. Yeah, so we travel all around the Northwest and install soccer fields, football fields, stuff like that.
So do you said AstroTurf?
Yeah.
Do you still call it AstroTurf, or do you
Yeah.
call it like a field turf? Or
So
get nerdy with us.
yeah, so we were a family-owned business called Coast to Coast Turf. AstroTurf actually just bought us. So AstroTurf is an actual corporation and has their own style of turf. Field Turf is another company.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Us soccer players really want to know these questions.
Yeah.
Ryan's shaking his head. He's like, get out of here with that.
Bite my
I
tongue.
want some AstroTurf in my front yard just to
Well, I know a guy.
yeah.
You should have hit me up last
Phil the
week.
guy.
We had a bunch of scraps we were getting rid of like a week ago.
Yeah. Any plans for working while you're surfing?
No, so I'm just gonna take about 3 months off and then
Cool.
go back to work. Yeah.
Cool.
I want to ask a question real quick of the lines that you just said. You worked for a window cleaning company, but it looked like you were in Seattle, like way up in skyscrapers.
Yeah, I did high-rise window cleaning
How
for a
the
summer.
fuck was that? Like, did they just say, "Here's a harness"? Like,
Yeah, so do you know what a bosun's chair is?
Oh yeah, I know what that is.
Yeah. So so it's like a little wooden chair with straps.
oh yeah, it's a swing.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Basically.
It's what they
And-
used to paint ships with.
Yeah.
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 So we'd have a bosun's chair, and you rig yourself at the top of the building, static ropes. You have like a safety, and then one you're actually like rappelling off of, and you just go over the side and wash windows.
You're like
Whoa.
my climbing background is coming in.
Yeah, and that was because I did 2 summers working for Peak 7 Adventures as well, and I was doing guiding for mountaineering, backpacking, and climbing. So it's kind of cool to just take that right into like work.
Yeah.
That was fun. Yeah.
Did it get the adrenaline going at all? Or
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
Was there anything like crazy that happened during that job?
I had one scary moment where I had a gree for my rappel device, and we were doing a building where you come down and there's like a platform, and so you have to like re-rig and then go off the next platform. And I rigged my gree wrong, and like the clasp was not shut on the side, so technically like the rope could have just popped out. But you have your safety, and I think I went down maybe like 2 or 3 windows before I realized it, and it was just like, oh crap, like I'm in kind of a sticky situation here. And there's like it's kind of like what do you call that? Like an ascending device, and I basically ascended back up the rope onto this ledge, and like re-rigged myself.
Dude, it's so gnarly.
Dude,
What's the? Did you see? Have you ever seen anything funny or crazy like in the windows while you're cleaning them?
No, I didn't. It's actually, you typically cannot see inside,
Oh, okay.
especially apartment buildings. Like you have no idea what's
Yeah.
going on inside but sometimes we'd have like little kids come out and like look at us and wave at us, which is fun, but
No one's
nothing-
like smacking on the glass. Right?
yeah, nothing crazy though. Yeah.
dude.
I was always wondering that actually. You know,
Yeah, that's wild.
it's a crazy job.
Yeah, I was like, I saw photos of that, and I was like, man, like what? It's like straight out of a movie. Straight out of a movie. And then also, Ryan, why are you familiar with those? With the swing thing? What was it called?
Bosun chair?
Yeah.
Oh, because I used to have to use it in the Coast Guard to paint the side of the ship.
And as we just eclipse this day, we want to give you a big shout out. So thank you for
Yeah.
your
Hey,
Absolutely.
thank you for the time, brother.
I appreciate it.
Thank you for your time.
It was a pleasure.
Speaking of time, we would like to take this time to give a shout out to Uprise Brewery, who supports us. They are located in Kendall Yards. They have an all ages tap room and restaurant. They do a run club on Monday nights. They do trivia on Tuesday nights. Support our community, support local, support Uprise Brewery. So they aren't an actual sponsor, but they do give us free beer to host our guests and to kind of keep us going on the mountain.
Much appreciated.
We do have a little quick hitters section. This was actually in our last episode. We're going to give a big shout out to Alex. We're going to take a few of these.
Oh, quick hitter.
Yeah, let's pop these. Oh, yeah. Let's get into it.
That one went it. That one went it.
Brandon's in too. Quick and hot. Let's go as fast as we can through these. Top 3.
Oh, my eyes are
Snowboarders you pull inspiration from.
Snowboarders, I pull inspiration.
3 snowboarders you pull inspiration.
Man, I'd just say my buddies that I ride with.
Let's hear some names.
That-
Come on, let's go.
Yeah, Nick Sackman, Shane Thompson, Michael Komarov, like all the Park Boys, Austin
Okay.
Kautzman.
We got 3. We got 3 there.
Okay.
Perfect.
I keep going.
So top 3 songs to shred to.
Oh man, I don't even know how to answer that. I haven't been able to ride with music. This will be like my first year I'll be able to ride with music in 10 years.
Okay, so how about songs going to the mountain then? You listen to music when you go to the mountain. Is there anything that when you think of all your road trips or maybe something like that?
Man, I'm a podcast guy.
Oh.
Yeah, podcasts or audiobooks. I mean, when you drive 2 hours every day to the mountain down, yeah, it's like
All right, I'll accept that.
What's your 3 podcasts that you like to listen to?
You guys number 1 for sure.
Wow. Ooh, like that. Okay, yeah, we'll keep that.
Okay,
We'll keep that in.
no more answers.
One's great. One is perfect. I'll accept that. Top 3 gas station food buys.
Oh, you know, I'm not above stopping at Mavericks and getting a breakfast burrito. Breakfast burrito and a yerba mate.
Brandon shakes his head every time someone says anything from a gas station. He's just like, yeah. Okay, yerba mates. That's 2. What's the third one?
Bag of chips. I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I mean, I'm not usually stopping at gas stations and buying stuff.
All right, so chips, some yerba mate, and your breakfast burrito.
Yeah.
Awesome. This leads us to what comes to mind and friends' questions. Did you ever lose your radio on the mountain?
Oh man. Yes.
And how many times?
Well, there's one very specific time. It might have been a few, but one time we were speaking of POW days and where we're not supposed to be. We were riding chair 2 on a POW day while we were working, and I was trying to film some of the guys get like a POW / I don't know, something like that, and I dropped my radio in the POW and did not realize it until I had like gone down a little bit further. Realized it in like mad scramble to try and find my radio.
Did you ever find it?
Yes. Oh, and a second time we were doing a build, and so we were digging out a trench and putting a rail in it, and I somehow dropped my radio and it got buried in the snow, and that one was found by someone else, and they like shouted it on the radio that they found a radio. And I was like, oh my gosh, perfect.
Yeah, so that was from Michael.
Okay, yeah,
Tom Roth.
I'm sure.
And he said there was at least twice, and that he can remember, and they were both POW days.
Oh,
so
maybe there was another POW day.
I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know. But this leads right into the next question by someone else. And they said one of the greatest NBDs you've ever seen. Front 3 on a hip while simultaneously something. Front 3 on a hip.
Did it involve the radio?
Maybe a radio going up someone's nose.
Oh,
The
I was
antenna?
I was not there for that.
Oh, you weren't
That
there?
was lingo.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I was not there for that day, but I remember seeing the pictures, and he had like a bloody nose, like the antenna went straight up his nose. Yeah.
To his memory, you were there. Oh. So I thought that was great that there was 2 radio stories coming out of this.
So wait, what happened? Someone he did a 3? And
Yeah, you did a front 3 on a hip, and
Radio came up
when he landed.
Yeah.
the antenna went through his nostril.
Yeah, snowboarding
Or
with
up
the
his
radios
nostril.
can be kind of dangerous.
dang.
Bleach.
that's why you just ditch him in the snow.
Exactly.
Bleach bomb in the bus.
Oh, yeah, that was when we got back up to the bus early season. It had gotten like infested by mice. I'm assuming this is the same, whoever this person is referencing. And yeah, we bleach bombed the bus, and we sprayed everything down with bleach, and then just closed the bus door and just left it.
Like during the beginning of the year, is that kind of?
Yeah, beginning of the year.
That was Michael again.
Wow.
Okay, yeah,
Let's
that
say
bus is becoming a hazard.
So for those that haven't been in the bus, there is a hatch that is at the back of that
Yes.
thing. Why is the hatch so awesome? Like, can you explain maybe why the hatch is?
It does open, and it is a pee hatch.
I thought that was like the coolest thing when I saw that. I was like, sweet, it's warm in here, and if you got to pee, just lift this thing
And
up.
you've got to flush it. You got to bring in snow and fill it up with snow. Otherwise, it gets kind of stinky.
Yeah. All right.
You just bleach it again.
Just bleach it again.
Carpet boarding. What comes to mind?
Carpet boarding.
Think of your days when you first started snowboarding a lot.
Like AstroTurf dropping.
I don't know.
Jib?
This is all the information I get.
Who was this?
I'll give you a hint. EWU.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We built I I don't know who it was. Maybe Nick.
It was Nick.
It was Nick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We built up like an AstroTurf drop-in with like a rail and a box, and we built that in a buddy's backyard, and we would session that thing.
Yeah, DIY.
Summer sessions.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know. That's all I got. Carpet boarding at EW.
Yeah.
That works. And this one is from Nick. I'll just say it from the get-go. Curious how many different styles you have had
Oh man.
over the years.
Yeah.
So we have skinny pant Phill,
Yes.
sports jersey Phill,
Yes.
bright colors Phill,
Oh yeah.
baggy pant Phill,
Yep.
and then trendy park Phill. And then it's
I don't know what that means.
and then my favorite part goes, etc.
Well, I mean, you're park manager. You're on the cutting edge of trends all the time, right?
You make the trends.
Exactly.
And
We follow your lead.
No, we don't. But before we got in here, we were talking about Zach Lingo's gear of choice or lack of. But you brought up something about some jeans you were wearing.
Yeah. I had some. This was in my emo, I guess, sort of hesh days, and I had some girl jeans that I could put on and slip over snowboard boots, and I'd wear those with sometimes a tall tee.
Dude, it was a style. It was a style. It was a statement.
I also had Zach's girl snowboarding pants. I had some women's Nordica purple pants that I had my mom sew for me, so they were like super tight.
That's, dude, dedication.
Yeah,
I'll say dedication.
that was like, yeah, we would take inspiration from, it's like the Think Tank,
Yeah.
Crew Air Blaster, bright colors, skinny pants. Like, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I was part of the bright colors, but I stayed baggy.
Yeah, gotcha.
I was in the Skittle era, so I can't deny that part. And this is going to lead us into our hot takes. So, park or powder?
Powder, 100%.
Yes.
Yeah, the days where I answered park are long gone.
So, if we would have asked this 2 years ago, do you think you would say the same thing?
The same, yeah, powder.
Yeah.
Oh, I have one follow-up question on this, and I should have asked this before. When I think of some of the park clips when you guys are riding powder, you guys like to do this little hands in the air thing.
Oh yeah.
This little thing when we're making turns. Are you kind of the forefront of that?
No, I don't.
Michael kind of does that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember like where that came from. I feel like some of that kind of inspiration from surfing a little bit,
Yeah.
like the hand up like turn
Yeah,
thing. I mean, that was kind of popular for a little bit.
Because you guys kind of have the double hand. Jeff kind
Yeah.
of does the double hand thing.
On some turns.
Yeah.
Get your whole body
likes
into
to,
it.
likes to throw like, oh hey, over. All right. Just want to know.
Yeah.
Whatever you're in the mood for.
Jeff, you take this one.
I will. I'll take number 2. Who is the worst? Maybe raker, shaper, shoveler. Maybe who's the best?
What a horrible
And you can't
question.
answer your question. You can't. It can't be yourself.
Yeah.
I put a safety net on that one. I added a little to it.
Best. I've got a few. Michael Komarov, absolutely. Austin Kautzman, and Isaac Bush.
And we're talking about the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't really want to know who the worst.
Yeah. Anyone you want to throw under the bus in Mount Spokane?
Man, there's no one that like really sticks out. There's a couple. I'll leave them anonymous.
They know who they are.
Everybody loves Phill right now. Let's keep it that way.
I never fired anyone though. Never had to fire anyone. So
I was just thinking, now that you're retired, maybe you would throw them under the bus.
no. There were a few that I was like not super sad that they didn't return. But I'll just leave it at that.
All right, if you had to pick one, surfing, snowboarding, or climbing?
Right now, surfing. Absolutely.
I think we're all cool with that answer.
Yeah.
Favorite person to ride with?
I mean, all the buddies. I can't pick a person. But been riding with Michael Komarov a long time, and then all the Nick Sackman, all the buddies.
But if you had to pick one,
I can't. You can't make me do that.
okay, gotcha.
About maybe favorite snowboarder growing up.
Growing up, so was a big TJ Schneider fan.
Ooh, I could see that.
Yeah, and definitely like style wise, kind of drew some inspiration.
Sick.
Is there a dream resort that you want to hit? Or dream trip?
Yeah, Japan. That's gonna happen sometime in the next couple of years. Absolutely.
Yep. Brennan's popped his head up because he's going to do a
Thumbs up.
marathon in Kyoto. Yeah. It's probably the opposite direction of where you would want to go.
Yeah. I think this season will be kind of the surfing thing. Next season, I think for sure would love to make it to Japan.
Jeff and I have been. It's amazing. You're looking to wear some sunnies on the mountain, or are you looking to wear some goggles while you're up there? What's that?
I'm usually goggles.
Yeah.
And for the longest time, I was sunglasses, like all the time sunglasses. But now I really like goggles.
Yeah.
Mountaineering, you're wearing sunnies, and then switched over.
Yeah. I feel like exposed if I'm not wearing goggles now.
I can see that for sure.
What about any local rider up there or anywhere that we should be looking out for?
Yeah.
Maybe we should have on our podcast.
Have on the podcast.
Well, let's go with.
Okay.
Then we
So,
should-
I mean,
up
this
and
year,
coming.
the progression of Mount Spokane was crazy with the new rope tow. There's so many young guns coming up, but like some of the people that I'm really stoked on is Lilith. She was on here. Yeah, her progression has been so sick. Caleb, Young Dirt is his Instagram name.
Oh, yeah.
Drew, his Instagram was Turkey Nuts. I don't know if it still is or not. Ripper for sure. All the park guys. Peyton Earls, I think, is a really underrated Ripper up there. Michael Komarov, super solid rider. Yeah, there's so many young kids coming up there shredding.
Sick.
Oh, sorry. Caught me sleeping over here. Any trends that are whack in snowboarding right now?
I feel like I can't really like speak against trends because I've been a part of a lot of horrible trends.
Oh, you can fire
You've
off.
created the trends.
Yeah, you just said you create them.
The overly baggy pants, like parachute pants, I'm not a big fan of.
I think we all are in agreement on that.
Yeah.
If you could take 3 friends on an epic month-long snowboard trip, who would they be and where would you go?
I think it would be Lingo, Komarov, and Nick Sackman.
And then
And we'd go to Japan.
And you go back to
go to
Japan.
Japan.
Yeah.
solid crew.
Which Lingo needs to get back on
We're,
the mountain.
we're in talks with that. We're,
Yeah.
we're talking
Good.
about that. We're talking.
Good.
A deep question. Why do you love snowboarding?
I mean, there's a lot of aspects. I mean, even going back to those, like first, you have those core memories that like hook you onto something, like those first turns, first pow turn or whatever. And then there's like the escapism aspect of it. There's being in nature aspect of it. And then community for sure. I think that's, your best memories are those days riding with your buddies. And I feel like those feelings are part of what, really makes you want to come back and keep riding, sometimes more so than, specifically like landing a trick or something. I mean, those are all important parts of it as well, but the camaraderie I think is huge.
Dude, fire. Another phenomenal answer. On the spot. Who is and this kind of extension of what Jeff was saying, who is a local rider you think we should have on the podcast, but if needed, you have to help us get him in the studio. Because some people are hard to get a hold of. Phill.
Yeah, I'm pretty bad. I mean, Viz.
So Viz will be on here.
Okay.
We've had a conversation before the podcast even started. We have an agreement, and we are getting very close to this agreement.
Yeah.
And he will be on here, and
Yeah.
he committed before we even had our first podcast. So
Gotcha.
if you're going to have a second, who would it be?
Mike Miller.
Mike, we know we're talking to you. And then what's next for Phill, and any shout outs you would like to give?
What's next for me is going to Hawaii next week.
Ooh, next week.
Yeah, next week. Yeah, I mean, like we kind of talked about it, taking some time off and gonna do some snowboarding and some golfing and hopefully get some snowboarding in there as well. Shout outs. I mean, I know we've already talked about him. Lingo needs the hugest shout out, and I don't think he gets enough credit for Mount Spokane. And like listening to that podcast, he's like so self-deprecating.
He's been that his whole life.
Yeah. I mean, dude, yeah, he deserves the shout out 100%. Michael Komarov started working in Mount Spokane. I think my second year has been a stalwart, you know, throughout all the years, through all the hard times. Really good dude. Yeah, all the park crew guys. Yeah.
Sick, man. Well, thank you so much for joining us and, you know, taking a tour in the studio.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Thanks, dude.